Anytime I deliver a talk or a presentation, before I ask myself, what is the idea I want to deliver to the audience today? Would this idea benefit the audience or only me and the company? The idea for today's presentation, which I would like to share with you, is how can we make DeFi safe, seamless, and included for all. Hi, everyone. My name is Mariia, and today I'm very grateful to be here and provide you with more information about the idea, to give you an overview about our products we have and solvers as well, and maybe even motivate you to become one of them. I would like to provide you with more information about something unique which we recently implemented and super proud of at CoW, is fair combinatorial auction, which we worked on for a decent amount of time, around a year. We did lots of research. We dived deeper into different papers and found out how can it benefit the users, the market, and how can we make the mass adoption closer. Before we move on, I would like to provide you a very brief overview of the products we have and who we are. We are CoW, decentralized autonomous organization of developers, market makers, and community members, with a mission to make DeFi safe and seamless for everyone, which is very similar to the goal and to the idea of my presentation. We have 3 products. The first one is CoW protocol with famous CoW swap UI on top of it. What is that? CoW protocol is leading intent-based trading protocol. Shortly, I will provide you with more information what intent-based trading protocol means. The second product we have is CoW, the first MEV capturing AMM deployed on Ethereum. Shortly, it's a liquidity pool. The third one is MEV blocker, which is leading RPC protection mechanism on Ethereum. If you are not trading on CoW protocol, you can use MEV blocker to get protection from front-end, back-end, or sandwich attacks, and to ensure that you save your assets and your trade is safe. CoW protocol. What is intent and why do we need it? What is the fair combinatorial auction and what is the MEV protection? All of those things we will dive deeper today, but this is something what CoW protocol holds, and we are very proud of that we are working towards users. We are providing the best price possible. We care about them. We make the inclusion. We make the simpler UI for them so they don't need to think about the execution path. But no matter if they have an experience with the Web3 or they're new to the space, they still can find it out and they can benefit out of the trades. What is intent-based architecture? When the user comes to CoW protocol, CoW swap UI on top of it, what they do, they define their intent. So they specify their sell token, the buy token they want to get, the amount want to sell, and also the slippage tolerance, without choosing a specific execution path. That by purpose, they don't need to think about what execution path they need to take. On the other part of the protocol, we have solvers, the one who are competing between each other to fulfill the order for the user and to provide with the execution path and with the best price possible. With that, they eliminate all the risks from the users and bear themselves. You might ask, why intents matter? We often talk about the DeFi, what can get better, what is working well, what is still needed to get closer to the mass adoption, that more and more users use the DeFi and understand all the benefits out of it. With the intents, we resolve, I personally believe, multiple sides of it. The one I would like to highlight is, first of all, simpler UX. This is one of the biggest, in my opinion, issues in the market which should be solved. And with the intents, you can make it simpler. The second one is fees trading. All gas fees are paid in the cell tokens, so you can, gasless trading, right? I missed that one. So gasless trading, it means that, it doesn't mean that you don't need to, you don't pay for the gas, but means that it can be taken from your cell token and you don't need to use your ETH. The next one is no fees for failed transactions. Obviously, we don't want to pay for something what didn't happen. The next one is execute multiple trades at once, and of course, the ecosystem innovation. So we truly believe that intents is something would benefit the ecosystem, and there are lots of ways and reasons of that. The next thing I mentioned is that CoW protocol protects from MEVs. Let me give you a bit more information what actually MEV stands for. MEV stands for maximum extracted value, and when you execute a trade, there are different bots who try to exploit your transaction, and they run front-end, back-end, or sandwich attacks for that to basically manipulate the market. The MEVs gives you the protection of it, and that's the solution which we found. Today we will speak about the surplus and how the solvers deal with that. Let me give you a little bit more information of what surplus means. When you go on CoW protocol, you choose the minimum amount you would like to buy the certain token for, and the actual amount received thanks to the solvers always finding the better path to execution. In simpler way, solvers always are motivated to give you something on top. You could see the real example of it. Let's say you received the transaction. You received a successful transaction of 0.42 ETH. So the 0.002 is surplus. So something what not necessarily was meant to happen, but because solvers were able to find the best possible price for you on the market, you receive the surplus on top of it. Solver competition, one of my favorite and juicy parts. I really like to dive deeper into the solver part, the way we have our UX of the product work, and to understand all the logics behind. This is the UI which you see when you go on CowSwap and you make a trade, right? It looks super straightforward, super simple, but what's happening behind the thing indeed is very, very complex. This is the part of what's happening behind this thing. Of course, there are still many things, but I would like to give you a slightly better understanding how it works. So first of all, the solver competition is happening all off-chain, and the winning solutions, they are executed on-chain. Once you go to CowSwap, what you do, you specify what you want to sell and what you want to receive. You send an intent. So we can see we have multiple intents there who are trading at the same time. They're trading various various tokens. Some of them very, very well known, some of them are new to the market. And what's happening next, all the intents are gathered into the order book. From the order book to the order book, there is another mechanism is involved and connected, which is Autopilot. And in that Autopilot happening, the solver competition. The solvers basically are competing between each other to provide you with the best possible solution. There are various ways how they can do it, and some of them are to connect your intent to the liquidity pool or to another peer that's actually have the what acronym of CoW means and stands for. CoW stands for coincidence of wants. When you have what I want and I have what you want. So basically, we can match the peers because they can literally swap between each other. Or we can have ring trades, partially coming from the liquidity pool, partially coming from the peer tradings. Some other things are happening in the solver competition, so let me explain you in a second. In the end, the winning solutions, they are submitted on chain through the driver, and the user receives their transaction done. In the past, still we are transitioning to the new solution. In the solver competition was part of the batch auction. So the order book connected to the Autopilot, and in the Autopilot, the batch auction was happening, and solver competition is the part of the batch auction, just for you to link those two things. What is the batch auction? Batch auction is a trading mechanism where multiple orders are collected, and they basically put it all together, and from that batch auction, we execute them in the real time individually. There are some benefits, actually many benefits of the batch auction. For example, multiple trade intents can be auctioned simultaneously. So you don't need to do it like in the Dutch auction individually, right? You can just put everything together and you can proceed with the execution. Each solver proposes a price for each trade in the batch. Each solver can propose only one price, only one solution, right? This is something I would like you to pay attention on, and I will speak about that in a while. The best solution wins. Only one solution can win. And of course, we always stands for fairness, which is part of the batch auction. The problem here is that traditional batch auction selects a single winning solution, which can limit the number of trades executed in the parallel with some other potential solutions. So let's say if one solver has potentially few solutions, one of them is straightforward and easy to execute, and some other are more creative, more engaging, but they have less confidence that they will win in this competition, they will obviously submit the first one, right? So those are creative ones, they will put on pause and say, okay, maybe next time, right? Which is not ideal, because the whole point of the intent-based architecture and solver competition is provide with the best possible solution, with the best possible price, and we want to include the creative solutions as well. We found a solution which we've been working on quite some time, And this solution is moving from batch auction to the fair combinatorial auction. The goal is to increase the protocol throughput and provide stronger fairness guarantees to traders, to the users. This is something what took us some time. We did lots of research. We looked into pros and cons, how can we make it better, and so on. But this month, we started the transition. In the end of this month, we already started a transition to the fair combinatorial auction. Actually, the last month, it's already June, right? in the end of May, we started the transition. We couldn't be happier because there are lots of benefits of the fair combinatorial auction, and let's check them out. The first one is better prices. That's also the whole point of the name, the fair combinatorial auction. It's fair for the solvers, and it's also fair for the users. And we believe is having various solutions, we can provide better prices for the users. It also includes faster execution. I'm not sure if, by the way, how many people who are here trading on CoW swap? Okay, perfect. So you might experience, if you are trading bigger amount, it takes some time to execute the trade. And with this, we solve this problem, providing faster execution to the trades, and also stronger fairness guarantees. We are solving one of the problems which we had, is surplus distribution issue. I'll give you an example. We have two intents who are trading the exact amount at the exact same time. Quite sometimes solvers were unsure, okay, do we need to provide the same surplus or not? Basically, mechanism couldn't capture that, and often it was happening that users were receiving different amount of surplus at the same, despite that they were trading in the same time and the same amount of tokens. So with this fair combinatorial auction, we resolve this problem. The next one is multiple winners per auction. This is a huge one. In this auction, the solvers can submit multiple bids, and there can be multiple winners. Many creative solutions can be part of that, and we are super proud of it. Winner selection algorithm enables to have only one order book across all the chains. We are on the multiple chains. Despite that, we still need to proceed with the proper deployment for each chain. We can have only one order book for all the solvers, which will simplify the work and having all the data, all the information, all the solutions, and so on. Let's sum it up. So in this engine, which you see under the solvers, would be happening the fair combinatorial auction. I mean, this is the picture of Autopilot, but instead of the batch auction, we are moving to the fair combinatorial auction, which will change a lot in the protocol. This is, again, I would like to highlight a big thing for us we are super proud of. And it doesn't mean that all the problems are solved, but this is definitely the next step for us to ensure that we can make the DeFi space simpler, seamless, unified, better for all. I was talking about the solver competition. The solvers compete between each other. You might think, why do we need actually them to compete with each other, right? So the purpose of the solver competition is, there are a few things. The one I want to highlight is rapid execution, decentralization and reliability. So it's decentralized. We have various solvers. They are like separate. They are not something what we control or so. So they provide their own solutions. They work on their own engine and so on. And also we are solving complex challenges. There are more and more new coins on the market, and it's not always easy and super straightforward to include them and to understand how they work. And the solvers are the ones who are motivated about that and who are finding the best possible solutions for that. I'm very thrilled to say that last year, when I was on the stage, I was talking about solvers and DAOs, DAO grants, how to become a solver, and so on. We had only 14 solvers back then. Right now, we have 31 and still counting. And we are on 4 chains: the mainnet, Gnosis chain, Base, and Arbitrum. We are planning to launch on many other chains, so stay tuned with us. And you also can see how many solvers are on the single chain and a multiple chain. I made this graph. I took this graph a few weeks ago, so the data also might be slightly different. But there are more and more solvers who are more active on the multiple chains instead of the single one. Just briefly, how to become a solver. We don't need to dive deeper in case you're interested and would like to explore it in the future. So first of all, why to become the solver? Each solver who compete in the solver competition, they receive the rewards. They provide better impact to the ecosystem, and of course, the better prices for the users. You could see the amount of the rewards we, as a DAO, provided to the solvers. The CoW protocol exists in the solver competitions for 3 years. This is the fourth one, and independently, before we were part of Gnosis DAO. And during the first 2 years, during the first year, we provided 20 million of CoWs for the rewards. For the second and for the third, we provided 16 millions. You might ask why the amount is smaller, but actually it's bigger because the CoW token price grew up. To become a solver, you need to talk to the core team, to us. In the end of the talk, I will provide you the link and with all the information necessary for that. You also need to set up the bonding pool, which is $500,000 of USDC and 1.5 million of CoW. You might see that the amount is not small, especially for those solvers who are individual and who might not have this amount, but I want this to have as a blocker for you. We have also an existing CoW DAO pool which you can join and you can start using. Once you, I'll just keep those slides. Once you join the CoW DAO existing pool, you are with us sometime. Then you can join also the reduced bonding pool if you would like to still have your own pool. And I would like to just provide you a bit more understanding why the bonding pool needed at all. So first of all, solvers, they have direct access to settlement contract and to some sensitive information of the users. And since we care about the safety and we want to ensure that the users are the one who are protected and they don't need to be worried about that, we have to have on a place bonding pool. And also we want to avoid any malicious actions on that side. Another thing what I want to highlight, that you could see that on the previous slide that we have 31 solver, and any solver join us, okay, almost all the solvers who join us from the beginning, or they join us on the way, they stayed with us. Only few solvers at the very beginning, they left the competition, but all the rest are staying. This is another factor which is super important for us, and we are proud of it. Those are the references with all the QR codes, which feel free to scan with all the helpful links you can find. I'll give you a second or even few of them to scan it. I like the way when you introduced me, like Mariia from CoW DAO, doing people operations, but gonna talk about the technical stuff. Yeah, I like to talk about the technical stuff, not only about the people side. But since I have this opportunity, why not to use it? Guys, we are hiring. So if you are interested in joining our herd, please scan this QR code, talk to me, and let's see what are the opportunities. We also have CoW grants, which you can explore. We also have the referral program, which is up to 6K if you would like to refer someone who might be suitable for us. And let's stay in touch. This is my QR code with my contacts. If you would like to stay in touch, Telegram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Yes, I still use LinkedIn for people purposes. Please feel free.
Okay, let's give a big applause. Great talk, Mariia. Like, anyone technical here will know how much it means when people ops is this much technical and is able to explain the whole product. So CoW DAO is an amazing company to work in. We have time for one question, so let's make it two. Yeah. Okay.
Hi. So you showed amount of solvers per chain we have right now, but obviously in my understanding, how good of the price we're going to get also depends on how many intents there are on a certain chain and liquidity. So is there a breakdown of what is the user activity per chain? So not only solvers, but also user activity. Or in the other words, which is the best chain to use for swap to have the best possible results?
Thank you so much for the question.
I use only mainnet because I'm a boomer, but I'm really interested in other chains.
Yeah. So let me divide your question into a few parts. First of all, if I understood it correctly, about the solvers side, not only about the user side. So solvers, most of the solvers, they are on the mainnet because that's the chain where we have the most users, right? On the Arbitrum, Gnosis chain, and on Base, we have less users. We have all the data about that. You can check it out on our website. I don't recall the numbers by heart, but answering your question, the mainnet has, for us, the biggest amount of users. We track it. We see the progress on all the chains. We also do the work for that. The second part you asked about the better price. Was it for the user? Did I understand correctly?
Yeah, exactly. Overall, so my understanding is that how good the price we're going to get obviously depends how many solvers they're competing to find you the best price, but also how many intents are that solvers can match to get you a good deal. So, like, what is I guess you guys know the numbers, like how is mainnet still the best for trading, or how far are the other chains relative to the mainnet?
Right. So we do our best to have the best price on all the chains, no matter how many solvers we have. It's true that on mainnet we have the biggest amount of solvers and more solutions, but the new solvers who join, we always want them to join the new chains which we added recently. I'm talking about the Arbitrum and Base. And the reason why, because the also solver competition is smaller there, so they can just try it out, get used to that. It takes some time for the solvers to be fully onboarded and to understand how everything works. And on that part, they are creative, very creative with their solutions, and they really try their best to provide with the best possible price for everyone. That's why I would say the answer on your question, you could have the best possible price on all the chains, no matter how many solvers we have at this certain moment.
Okay, let's try to squeeze in one more question.
Okay, I have one more thing to add, so please stay. I just like to, yeah. Please, the question.
So thank you for speech, Mariia. I wanted to ask you about like the solvers. Are you working only with DeFi solutions, or are you also working with some centralized exchange, instance swaps, and so on?
So if we have integrations,
Yep.
we do have integrations with different wallets. We do have integration with different DEXs where you can use CoW swap.
Yeah, no, I mean, but you work with Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and so on. But do you also work with different liquidity providers from central exchanges?
Yes, we do work with different liquidity providers, which are crucial, for us. We gather liquidity from various sources, let's put it this way.
So you like work with off-chain as well, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's squeeze in what you wanted to say.
Can we come back to the last slide?
Can we? Yeah.
I'm sorry. We can cut this part actually in the recording, but the before last, whereas my QR code. Guys.
Can we move the?
Another news is this, that tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm very glad to be here with all of you. And I like to give presents to the people. Recently, I became an ICF certified coach, which I'm very proud of. And I would like to give to first 5 people who reach me out free coach session. The direction I'm working on is career development, leadership, and executives. So feel free to reach me out or talk to me or give it to anyone else you think who might benefit out of it. So not necessarily you, but someone who can benefit out of it can also reach me out and send me even like the picture from today's talk. So I'm familiar where is that person coming from.
I'd race for that. Fast.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
That's all. And let's give a big round of applause to the organizers, to everyone who put so much efforts to make this great conference work. You guys are enormous. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now applause to Mariia. And congratulations.